Faith in humanity restored news. Final news of the
Woo!
day.
It's my favorite part. I love
But
this part, man.
this part here actually starts off a little bit sad. And trigger
Why you gotta do
warning,
this?
trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. It does have the R word in here, so trigger warning. The headline reads, after 29 years in prison for rape he didn't commit, the survivor helped free him. So Patrick Brown suffered 29 years in prison for the rape of his stepdaughter, has finally been freed with the help of a local district attorney and the victim herself, who had campaigned for his innocence for 20 years. So at the time, Patrick Brown, stepfather of the 6-year-old girl, was found guilty of her rape in a Louisiana courtroom, absent the victim's own testimony. So despite not having a testimony from the 6-year-old herself, he was found guilty. What happened instead was that adults testified to what they believed she had said. And since 2002, the victim had repeatedly requested to Orleans Parish District Attorney's Office to review the case and prosecute the actual perpetrator. Despite this, no investigations into her case were ever done until District Attorney Jason Williams took office and launched the Civil Rights Division. So after 29 years, he's now finally free, and well, I don't know if they're gonna remove all of these things, but he's been cleared and proven to be not guilty of those heinous crimes.
Well, congratulations to him, man. Congratulations to him. Like, I can't imagine dealing with anything like that because I think there's like there's a thing that says like your brain can't tell the difference between a lie and the truth. And like I would imagine if I'm going through that, and I know I haven't done anything, but everyone is saying it to you, people continue to say it, it's always coming up. Like I would probably start to question myself, and the I don't know, the not that I've done it, but just I don't know, just feel bad and getting guilty.
Like
So yeah, the strength that he's had.
Yeah, 100%. Like eyewitness testimony too. Already, like we know, is an unreliable form of evidence for anything. But then to have the eyewitness testimony of people who weren't there and are just speculating on what the victim have said, like that's crazy. Even like you can understand maybe why the girl wasn't there or why the girl's testimony wasn't taken in because she was only 6 years old. But you'd think like after 20 years of like, yo, like, no, he wasn't the one that did it. No, he didn't do it. No, like I wasn't, he wasn't the perpetrator or anything. Like after 20 years, you'd think like within those 20 years, you'd think that someone would listen to her, but like no one ever did. And I'd hate to make things, racy or any of these things, but he is a black man. So 29 years ago, as a black man, being accused of that crime,
Yeah.
to a minor, like that's, you can slightly understand maybe, well, not understand, but you can see how people were not ready to listen to a little girl shouting, he wasn't the perpetrator.
Wow.
So
good for him. Good for him, man.
And good luck to him, man. I don't know. He was a stepfather when he went in, so I don't know how old he would have been then. He looks fairly young, on the pictures I've seen. When I say fairly young, I mean relatively. I don't think he's over 50 or anything like this, or over 60 even. But regardless, 29 years, so much has happened, since then, in terms of the evolution and the growth of the society that he was a part of. So hopefully he's able to adjust quickly. And that, again, as we've said before, we've had this story before of people being freed and all these things. What we wish them is always that they're surrounded by love, surrounded by people that care for them, that can help them, and that can provide for them guidance and provide for them care while they adjust and you know uh, find their feet outside, because that's always the most difficult part of it all. The family have set up a GoFundMe to help him get back on his feet. So far, it's raised as of recording this, it's raised $16,000 of the $25,000 goal that they put on. So Patrick Brown, Mr. Brown, good luck to you. And you know, at least you're free now, and hopefully that's it. That's it for you, and there's no more like
Yeah.
of this, just like crazy, like 29 years. You talk about 4 years of earlier, 4 years of possibly going of being in prison. Imagine 29 years where your paperwork says that you're here because of this. In prison for 29 years, where people know you to have done this. I
Can I give
assume,
some context?
like, I assume his life
Oh,
must have been way crazier. Go ahead, sorry.
so 29 years ago, here are some notable inventions.
Oish,
PlayStation,
oish,
Sony PlayStation 1,
oish,
DVD, digital versatile disc,
oish,
Java programming language,
oish.
Dolly the
Blu-ray.
Sheep. You guys remember Dolly the Sheep?
Dolly the Sheep happened. Blu-ray.
MP3 was invented around those times.
Oish.
Wow. And now he's coming into ChatGPT AI.
Bro, he's coming to the world now where air fryer exists, bro. Air fryer didn't even exist when he